Back in June 2007, Apple released the very first iPhone. And within a couple of years, they'd launched the iPhone 3GS. I had one and I was completely sold. And I've been an iPhone user pretty much ever since. I've dabbled in Android a couple of times and I've regretted it a couple of times. 7 years after that, in 2014, they released the first Apple Watch. It piqued my interest, but I never quite dove in. Not only was I not sure if it was worth it price-wise, but I was also not sure if it would actually be of any benefit to me. It seemed cool, and I liked the idea of it. More tech is cool always, but did I have a use for it? I was never quite sure. On top of that, I've never worn a watch. The few times when I've decided, you know what, I'm going to be one of those watch people. I've bought a watch, I've tried to wear it, I've found it really uncomfortable, really annoying. It gets in the way, it bangs into things, it's always touching me. I've got sensory issues anyway, so I didn't know if I could even get around to wearing one full time. But now I've taken the plunge, and here is the Apple Watch Series 9. Almost 10 years after the first one came out, I finally picked one up. So in this video, I am going to hopefully answer the questions of, do I have a use case for it? Is it worth so much money? And most importantly, probably, will it even work for somebody like me who's got tattoos all up and down their arms? Fingers crossed. So I'm going to record this video over the space of a couple of weeks. First, we're going to open it up, get my very initial first impressions, and then I'm going to use the watch for a week or two, and I'll jump in here and there with some videos when I notice things, or when I find something that's maybe really cool, or something that annoys me, or whatever it is. And then we'll come back right here at the end of the video, and I'll tell you after 2 weeks, was it worth it? And am I happy with it? And can I deal with it being hanging off my wrist for the foreseeable future? So always a really fun moment. Let's open up a brand new Apple product that I've never used before and see what's in store for us. And I hope that it works out okay, right? I'm doing my best unboxing here with it being a really awkward angle. I really need to get an overhead camera mount if we're going to keep doing videos like this. But first of all, we've got, two boxes. 2 boxes within one box. So one box has the strap and one box has the actual watch by the looks of it. So I got everything in midnight. It's the Series 9. I went for the 41mm. I've got a skinny little wrist. And with my sort of issues of thinking a watch is annoying anyway when you're wearing it, I thought maybe a smaller one might not be quite so annoying. So I've started with a 41. We'll see how that goes. I know people say women wear 41s, but it's fine by me. I can take it. So the strap, first glance, is nice feeling. Right, this is the midnight strap. And it feels really soft and nice actually. It looks kind of, it's got white stuff all over it when I very first take it out. But it's actually okay. It feels really nice. It just needs a little wipe over, right? Will that feel nice on my wrist though? Will it? Will that be comfortable for me? We'll see. I have also bought this super cheap strap, which is like a stretchy, like solo loop style strap from Amazon. It was like £8 or something. I think a material one is probably best for me. I think that's going to be most comfortable. Something stretchy, something I can slip on and off easily. But I'm just guessing. So I bought one for like £8 on Amazon. If that's good, I'll probably end up getting one of the Nike ones or something. But for now, we've got the silicone strap in midnight, and we've got that as well to try out. But we're going to go with what we got in the pack, right? And then we have the more interesting one, I'm guessing, with the actual watch in. So more of these little classic Apple peely things which you're used to seeing on the iPhone and everything else. So all their packaging's done now, right? Or at least all the stuff I've had anyway. And, what's that? Oh, it's got a little shroud on it. Let's slide that off. And there is our very first glimpse at the midnight Apple Watch Series 9. I mean, it looks and feels how you would expect it to, right? Very smooth. This is the part that's going to have to contend with my tattoos, with all the sensors on the bottom. And the little rolly thing is not clicky. I thought that would be clicky, but I guess it isn't, right? I've never touched an Apple Watch before, so this is my very first time. So there's the watch itself. And then what else do we get in here? We get the actual Apple Watch charger, right? So get that out of there. They don't make it easy to get out, do they, without tearing it to pieces? Oh, maybe they do. I'm one of these keep the packaging type people, right? I'm not sure that part of the packaging is intended to be kept. Is that the wrong way? No? No, we've got it. Oh, and I've accidentally turned it on. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Apple Watch is firing up for the first time. I have no idea what to expect. And more importantly, I have no idea if it's going to work on my tattoos. So, looks like it's taking a moment. And it's come straight up with low battery to continue. Connect Apple Watch to its charger. Well, luckily, we have its charger here. I would have thought it would have come with enough power to get it started, get it out of the box and get it set up, just for that experience when you open it. Normally when you buy an iPhone, that's the case, right? You can get it set up, you've got a good amount of battery in there, but apparently not this time around. So this goes this way, does it? Yeah. Snaps on nice and easily, and now we're charging. So it says bring iPhone near to Apple Watch, and in typical Apple style, you bring it near to the Apple Watch and it straight away just says use your phone to set up this Apple Watch. Would you like to send notifications by watch? Yes, please, I would in this case. Very often I find myself saying no to that, right? And set up for myself. Hold Apple Watch up to camera. So just like when you're transferring an iPhone, it asks you to hold the watch up to the camera. And my Apple Watch is now paired. As simple as that, right? And we've now got the matching animations on both. So seamless. This is what Apple does, right? This is what Apple does. I love it. I love it. And then it tells you what I've got. 41mm aluminium case designed by Apple in California. And it's paired. And it looks, the screen, it's not going to show on camera, right? But looking at it up close, the screen is like recessed in all that glass. And it looks kind of like 3D and really clear, like high resolution for a tiny little screen as well. This is the closest I've got to one, guys, like I say, so this is all new to me. I'm impressed. So let's have a look through the rest of the setup process. I guess I just need to leave that to charge now. For wrist preference, I'm going to try my left wrist because that's the one that I'd like to wear it on if I can. But we might have to swap and change because of the tattoos. We'll see what happens. Did I take it too far away? Was that too far away, really? Are we going to have to start this over? Are we going to get off to a poor start? Apple, are you going to let me down? Okay. I guess we've got to start the pairing again. Start pairing. Continue setup or start again. Start again. Set up for myself. Searching for Apple Watch. Put on your Apple Watch? I can't because it's not got enough charge, right? Okay, so first time using a touch screen is very responsive for a tiny little watch. How does this work? Oh, it's like a little button. Like, surely I don't need to wear it to set it up, right? Let's try this again. Bring Apple Watch near iPhone. Let's just cancel this and just go from the beginning again, right? Open the Apple Watch app on your iPhone. So, it's being weird with me, right? Start pairing. Start again. Set up for myself. Hold the Apple Watch. Okay, we're in business again. Apple Watch is paired. We get this cool animation and everything seems peachy until we go to the next stage. Maybe I just took too long last time. Left. Continue. Maybe I was talking too much and that's why it didn't work. Connecting your Apple Watch. I'm scared to put it down now. So we've got some terms and conditions. We'll agree to those. Signing into my account. And now it asks me to create a passcode. Oh, I used the watch screen to create the passcode. Passcode created. Bold text and size. So this is where we've got some decisions to make, right? Do I need it to be bigger than that? I don't think I do. I think we'll go with the standard size anyway. We can always change it, can't we? Shared settings. Apple Watch shares settings with the iPhone for location services. So it now asks me to be welcome to activity on Apple Watch. We'll track calories. Exercise will track activity. My daily move goal, that's fine. Daily exercise goal, okay. We'll just set it as it is. Set stand goal. It's recommended to get up and move for at least a minute in each hour of your day. 12 hours a day? Is that right? Surely it doesn't set you for 12 hours a day standing, right? Or you stand for a minute of each 12 hours. That's what it means, surely, right? We're going to leave it standard. Enable route tracking. I'm just going to move this away in case it doxes me. Didn't dox me. I can get notifications about noise, cardio, fitness, low heart rate, high heart rate. Okay. Am I taking these medications? Nope, not those ones. Plenty of other ones. And we've got all the emergency stuff in there as well. So, okay. Apple Pay. So it's just listing all my current cards. So I have to like re-authenticate all of these. So I'm just going to take a moment to do that because I want to just set it all up from the beginning. Double tap is now explaining the new double tap feature. You can do it to basically answer a bunch of different requests on the watch, right? And as a sort of select button almost. And then next it says, welcome to Apple Watch. You can adjust settings, customize your watch faces, face gallery, browse watch faces, and Apple Watch apps you can get from the App Store on the Apple Watch or on your iPhone. Bobby's Apple Watch, there we go. So it then gives me a whole bunch of settings and I have no idea what to do. The Apple Watch now says update complete. Your Apple ID information is used to enable Apple services. Okay. And I get the little hello animation, the same as you get on the iPhone. Learn how to navigate Apple Watch. So let's have a look at the actual watch itself for a minute now. Press the digital crown to see your apps. Oh, little beep. Gives me apps. Press the digital crown to return to your watch face. So that takes me back again. Okay. Press the side button to open control center. So that's this one. Okay, so that looks like a mini version. And press it again to close. Right, straightforward. Turn the digital crown to see your widgets. So we'll try that. Oh, turn it up. Okay, that gives me a whole load of widgets. Welcome to Apple Watch. And then this allows me to connect Wi-Fi. I don't know what that does. What does that do? Oh, okay. We figured out what that does. Notifications on and off. And then we've got the focus modes. They match the ones on my iPhone. And hopefully they tie into the same notifications as well. Because I do use personal mode when I'm at home. And I do use sleep mode when I sleep. We've then got the flashlight, which gives you the bright screen, right? And you can get different colors. Airplane mode. Rain mode. I don't know what that does. What does that do? Press and hold crown to turn off water lock. I don't know what water lock is. Okay, it's trying to get water out of the watch. Okay, that's cool. Alright, I use the sound to get it out of the speakers and stuff by the sounds of it. You've then got the AirPlay kind of thing to connect the device. And you've got the, which I believe is like the hearing devices. So if you've got headphones on, it will tell you how loud they are. Which you can use in conjunction with your AirPods. Apart from that, we've got the apps. I'm guessing I can just choose which one I want, right? So if I go to photos, it just has my favorites on there, it looks like. Oh, I can't navigate this. How do you get back? Is there an easier way to get back? How do I get off this? Do I just press the... what else do we have? So we've got messages, we've got settings, we've got maps, we've got all sorts of stuff, a whole bunch of apps that are on my phone as well. So like football app, that has a no favorites playing today. So it doesn't give you, it's very minimal versions of the apps obviously, right? And I'm guessing that's your heart rate. Heart rate shows your current heart rate. Put your Apple Watch on and make sure it's snug on your wrist. So now we're going to start to discover if this actually works with my tattoos, I guess, right? So we put the watch on. I never know the best way to put a watch on. How tight? I don't know. Oh, it looks like I can only get it to the first loop actually. Maybe my wrist is bigger than I thought. Should I have got a bigger watch and a bigger strap? Is that really as far as it will go around my wrist? Okay, I thought I had fairly small wrists, but it's asking me to enter the passcode as if it doesn't know that I've got it on, which is making me feel like it's not working with my tattoos. So apparently that's the problem. It's measuring my beats per minute, apparently. 95, is that good or bad? I don't know. It's measuring that anyway. That seems to be working. Is that a normal heart rate? I have no idea, right? I have no idea. So does it know I've got it on? Or is it going to keep locking itself? Or was it just because it was the first time I've worn it? So far, it looks like It's working okay on my wrist. It looks like it's in a weird spot too. Now, I'm quite happy with the size of the watch face. It's asking me to enter passcode again. Is that just because I haven't lifted it up? No. It's asking me for passcode again as if it doesn't know that it's on my wrist. And it can't be because it's not tight enough, surely. Because it's tight, right? It's tight. Can I move it a little bit? It's like it doesn't recognise that I'm wearing it. I'm going to try putting it on this way, see if it does the same thing. I definitely feel like I should have got a bigger size. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe that other watch band will be better, I don't know. If I put it this side, it still asks for my passcode. You can see how tight that's snug on my wrist, right? If I enter the passcode now, is it going to keep asking for the passcode again? Let's see what reading we get there. Although there is some tattoos there too as well, right? How do we make it read? Measuring? 98, it's around the same, isn't it? I'm panicking because it's not working, right? It's a stress factor. My heart rate's going up from the stress. So how do we get back? Is there an easy, like, always option just to go home? I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this out, right? And I'm sorry for the footage. It's really difficult in this angle. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and play with it off camera for a minute and try and get my head around it, and then we'll come back and talk about it a little bit before we live with it for a few days and see if we can actually make it work or not. Okay, so that was pretty long, and after a whole lot of messing around, I finally found one spot, I think, on my wrist here where if I turn it so that it goes dull and I turn it back, it stays unlocked. You can see that it stays unlocked at the top there. It doesn't come up with a little padlock. If I position it where I'd like to wear it, it just doesn't work. So I have to wear it really low down on my wrist, which is not the most comfortable of places, right, for it to do wrist detect. And it has to be, you can see it's pretty tight. And the official Apple Sport Band that came with it, too small. My wrists are fatter than I thought. I thought I had really tiny, skinny little wrists in comparison to other males, but apparently mine's fatter than I thought. So yeah. And here's an example of it when I've moved it up a little bit. You can see the little part of my wrist just to the hinge of my wrist there where there's no tattoo. If I position it around there, it's okay. But now, when it's gone dark because it doesn't think it's on my wrist anymore. And when I try and wake it, it gets a little padlock symbol at the top and asks me for my passcode, which means it's just not usable really. You can turn off wrist detection, but you end up with a whole lot of features such as Apple Pay and all that sort of stuff that just don't work. So I'm going to have to play around and find the perfect spot for this and get the perfect band, I think, to make this functional for me. Okay, so that was quite an ordeal, but I have the watch on now. Like I say, look, it's really low down on my wrist to get it to work. However, once it's there and once it's on tight, it works absolutely fine. The wrist detect feature works because there's just a little patch there. It must be right where that wrist detect sensor is, where there's just a little triangle with no tattoo, and it works. So the rumors are true. If you've been reading about all the people having trouble with Apple Watches and tattoos, it's a real thing. I've proven it. I have noticed on this wrist as well, if I put it on the white part, like really low down, so it's on the white bit of the Stormtrooper there, it will also work okay. But as soon as I move it this side into the darker area, it stops working again. So really, both wrists, I have to wear it right on my wrist bone, basically, for it to actually work. We'll see if I can get used to that or not. Apart from that, I've been messing around. I've played around with the watch settings. I've set a face, which I'll take a screenshot of now if I can, just with different bits of information on it. It's going to take a while to get that sort of stuff nailed down. I'm not used to it being on my wrist. I wish it was further back up my arm so that when I bend my hand, it's not right there. We'll have to see if I can get used to that, if I can get comfortable with it. But the time that I've been sat here with it on, it's 1 a.m., 1:20 a.m. right now. And that's not what I used to having a watch because I'm looking at the computer to see what the time is. But there's been no reason for me to use it, so it's just kind of there, right? So my first opinion is that if I'm sitting around at home and I'm in front of my computer and I've got my phone sat on the desk in front of me as well, there's really no need for me to have it on. I could just take it off when I'm at home. So the real test will be tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got a full day at work. I'm working until late at night. So I'm guessing I'm going to hopefully try and be able to make it work so I can wear it overnight tonight, see if it tracks my sleep with the tattoo issue, and see how that is in the morning. Then I can probably charge it in the morning because I'd have to go to work till 1:30 in the afternoon. So I can charge it again before I go to work so it's fully charged and have a full day with it at work, and when my phone's in my pocket and it's not so easy to keep looking at my phone and checking things, and see if that's actually any more beneficial. I have tried sending a text message. I would say the keyboard, like the scribble keyboard, I use that on my iPhone because I use my iPhone one-handed a lot anyway. And I use that method of typing on my iPhone quite often if I'm like got a handful, if I'm busy doing something and I just need to quickly send a message. I'm amazed how well it works on such a tiny little screen. Very impressed by that, I have to say. But yeah, tomorrow will be the true test. So I'm going to go chill now. I'm just going to keep it on, see if it gets comfortable. I've got 69% battery right now. That should get me through the night, I'm hoping. We'll see in the morning whether it's tracked my sleep or not. I can't do scheduled mode on sleep, so that's useless for me because my work shifts are different every single day. Tomorrow I'm working till 10 p.m. Then I've got a day off, and then I'm working till like 5 p.m. and then the day after that I start at 5 a.m. My work shifts are all over the place and they change every single week, so the schedule won't work. So I'm hoping if I just put it into sleep focus before I go to sleep and keep this on in this specific position, it might track my sleep, or halfway through the night or after an hour, it might decide I'm not wearing it anymore and stop tracking it. We'll find out in the morning. Good morning, everyone. The watch is here. I woke up this morning with about 30% battery life. I thought that was quite low, and it didn't track my sleep. I don't think I set it up properly. I don't think I'd enabled it in the watch app, although I did put it into sleep focus mode, so I don't know what happened there. We'll try it again tonight, I guess. But yeah, I did play about with it quite a bit last night before I went to sleep, so probably why the battery's so low. I think it was on about 57 when I went to sleep, and I woke up at about 30. I'm guessing if it's actually sleep tracking, it goes into like screen off mode, so it probably wouldn't use so much. I like the alarm this morning. It vibrated on my wrist and I could turn my phone alarm off from the watch, which was pretty nice and pretty dangerous as well, but I'm okay with it. But yeah, it didn't work. I don't know why not. I've charged it now before I'm about to get ready for work. I've managed to charge it to 87%. So I'm hoping that gets me through the day and I can charge it again before I go to sleep tonight if needed. But yeah, I'm going to go get ready for work. I'll update you throughout the day. Hopefully this is where it comes into its own when I'm at work and I can actually make use of it without using my phone. But we'll find out, I guess, right? So here's an interesting thing that's just happened while I'm at work. I've doubled my move goal for the first time ever. That's never ever happened to me before. So I'm wondering, I've only ever had the move goal active from just having the phone in my pocket, right? So I'm guessing either the Apple Watch is tracking it way more accurately or the Apple Watch is completely wrong. But yeah, interesting point. I've done twice as much movement as I normally would on a day at work. So intriguing, right? Intriguing. Okay, so first day with the Apple Watch attached to my wrist all day while I was out at work. My thoughts and opinions after one day. Don't know really. It's taken some getting used to. I've still been pulling my phone out of my pocket to check the time, even though the watch is right there, and I can't get used to that because I'm not used to wearing a watch. apart from that, nothing's really happened where I've been like, oh, that's so convenient or that's so helpful or anything like that. However, I've just been at work, so a couple of things, just notifications, it's handy just to have it right there. I can just have a look, don't have to get my phone out. Is it really that much more convenient than getting your phone out and looking at it? It's not massively, is it? Do you know what I mean? But it's nice, it's a luxury, but it's not like I couldn't live without it, but it is nice to have. Answering phone calls, I got a couple of calls just to be able to just tap it on my wrist and like, because it was like an unknown number and I rang it up and it was some marketing scam phone call, so that was convenient. And then I got another phone call which I answered from an unknown number and it turned out it was a private call that I couldn't have out on loudspeaker, so I called them straight back. It wasn't until later that I asked one of my colleagues, I was like, if you answer a phone on your watch, can you send it back to your phone if you decide you want it to like not be loudspeaker on your wrist? And he's like, yeah, you just press it on the top of the iPhone screen and it takes it back to the phone. And he rang me so I could test it out, and that works obviously. So I learnt something there. I think my first real thoughts are that, especially with like the sleep tracking not working last night, I didn't set a schedule, but it seems like you need to set the schedule and set it to do that and then turn the schedule as set to off for it to work. I think that's why it didn't work, because I hadn't really set it up. I just thought if I was in sleep focus and I'm wearing the watch it would work, but that's not a thing. So my first thoughts really are that compared to other Apple products that I've used in the past, it's not coming as intuitively as other things have. There's been lots of things where I've had to like Google, can you do this, or how to do this, or little things like, can you reply to a WhatsApp message on that app, like, and can you receive WhatsApp notifications? And I receive WhatsApp messages notifications, but when somebody rings me on WhatsApp, it doesn't notify me of that. So there's a lot of like figuring out and like just learning to be done, which I find with a lot of Apple products, like an iPhone, you can just pick it up and use it. But maybe that's because I'm thinking a long time ago. I don't really remember when I first ever got an iPhone. I'm sure it was very different to the phones I'd had before that, right? Massively. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of learning. As far as comfort goes, I've got used to it being there throughout the day. I've come home with, I've got 52% battery now, and the video will tell you what I was on before, I can't remember, but it was like, was I on at 87 or something when I left this morning? I charged it up to before I left. So I think that 50% would obviously get me through the rest of this evening and probably sleep tracking tonight as well. If I wanted a routine where I charged it in the morning before work, I think it would get me through the day and to the next morning. Unfortunately, I don't have a regular work schedule, so I'm going to be like charging it whenever I get the chance. So like tonight, for example, after I've finished this, I'm probably going to sit down and stream on the Twitch for a bit, play some Helldivers. As soon as I'm sat at the computer, that's perfect time to charge it, right? I don't need it on my wrist when I'm sat at the computer with my phone on the desk next to me and all that sort of stuff. So I will charge it, and then hopefully it'll be 100, and then it'll get me through the night, and it'll probably get me through all day tomorrow. I'm not at work tomorrow, so I have a bit more chance to play with it. I will be going out. I've got to pop into town tomorrow, so I'll be taking it out, not going to work as well, which I haven't done yet, which will mean I'll probably be listening to some music and stuff and trying out the new AirPods, the AirPods Pro 2. I just got those as well. So it'll be my first time with the 15 Pro, the AirPods Pro 2 and the watch all at the same time, going out and listening to music on my way there and stuff. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but for tonight, I'm going to hopefully get sleep tracking to work. I'll update you on that in the morning. And I'm going to play some video games and then get some sleep, hopefully. So unless anything else happens that I feel like I need to address. One other thing was the move goal thing. I updated it, but yeah, it seems to be tracking, either it's completely wrong or it tracks movement and stuff way more accurately than just having the phone in your pocket does. When you know when your phone tells you how many steps you've done just by having it in your pocket, 200% of my move goal is unheard of. I don't do that even when I'm at work. So it's probably tracking a lot more, I would imagine. It says I burnt a lot more calories as well. So if that's accurate, then that's because it's more accurate. If that's not accurate, it's because it's wrong. But I can't imagine it's worse movement tracking than the iPhone would be when it's just shoved in your pocket, you know. So yeah, apart from that, let's see what tomorrow brings, shall we? Did it track sleep? You'll find out now. Good morning again, guys. Sleep tracking worked. Can I show you? I can show you. Sleep tracking worked last night. Looks like it's set up okay. So I've now got it to the point where I can just turn on the sleep focus when I go to bed like I normally would, and then wear the watch and I can sleep. It was on about 90% when I went to bed, and I woke up and it was on like 85, 83, something like that. I can't remember exactly. Around about there. But yeah, it worked. I apparently got a good solid 7 hours sleep and I didn't wake up once, which is unusual for me, I thought. I tend to wake up most nights, especially with the pain I get in the evenings and overnight. So last night was a good night, apparently. I'm okay with that. So today is the day off. I stand here in front of this window because it's natural light and I can't be bothered to turn all lights and stuff on to record video. So I want you to at least be able to see me somewhat, even though I'm half asleep. Yeah, I've got a day off. First day off completely with the watch all day. I've got to pop into town to get some bits. And I don't know, I might pop to the Apple store, the iStore we have here, and see, I don't know if they'll have it, but if they have the Nike Sport Loop, like the Sequoia green one, I might see if I can pick one of those up, because this band is definitely way more comfortable than the silicone one. The silicone one was way too small as well, although the position I've ended up having to wear it in with the tattoos, the silicone one does fit that part of my wrist, like on the biggest size, but I don't find it that comfortable compared to this one. But this one is cheap and it kind of is rubbing, and it was £8 on Amazon, right? It's rubbing, it's not that pretty looking, and yeah, it's all right. It's done a job so far, innit? But if I can get the Nike one, I think it would probably be way better. I would hope it would be way better for what it costs, right? But yeah, I'm not sure if they'll have them, but we might pop in and check it out. I don't know whether I just order one from Apple. I'm not sure. But as I'm going down that way anyway, I might as well check, right? So yeah, we'll go out. We get to check out the new AirPods and check out how music skipping and volume control and stuff works on the watch while I'm out listening to music. And yeah. Okay, we're on the move and started playing some music with the new AirPods in, and instantly popped up on the watch as now playing. So thumbs up for that. The controls, volume and skipping tracks and that works seamlessly. And coming from normal AirPods, these AirPods Pro 2, noise cancellation, dangerously good, right? I could probably die trying to cross the road, but yeah, don't sure if Apple wants that as a advertising thing, but yeah, they're that good. So yeah, we continue on. Sad times. So the iStore didn't have the Apple Watch band, so I'm home again now. They didn't have hardly anything, actually. I wish we had a proper Apple store in town, but we don't. They had one Nike watch band, like the blue and black one, which is good because it's Inter Milan colours, but it's not really the sort of colour that I want. I want the green and orange. I nearly got it, but I didn't want to just get it because it was like an impulse thing, right? So I was like, I'll wait and I'll get the one I want. So I'm going to have to get it from the Apple website, I guess, because I can't really find many other places that sell them, to be fair. They're not on Amazon, which is where I'd normally buy it from. So yeah, apart from that though, experience going out, the watch was good. Apple Music is annoying. I've been using Spotify for the longest time now, and with the new devices you obviously get another free trial for Apple Music. So I thought I'll give it another shot with the 2-month free trial. But it just does this thing where when I'm out and about and I'm not on Wi-Fi, I don't know if it's just because of the connection and the higher quality of the music or whatever, but it just stops randomly. Like at the end of a song, it will play a whole song and then it will just stop, and then it just won't ever play the next song. And then I'll switch to Spotify, even though that's set to 320 kilobits per second, which is high quality. They're very high quality, they call it. It's not lossless, obviously, but that plays seamlessly straight away. I can skip through songs and the next song just starts and starts and starts. But on Apple Music, every time I skip a song, it takes a minute for the next song to play. And then sometimes it just doesn't work at all and stops. So I think I'm going to be stuck with Spotify. I was thinking about making the switch back to Apple Music, but I don't think I will. Spotify annoys me with the smart assistant integration for the one beginning with A. If Laura's at home and I'm listening to music on my way home from work or something, and she plays music through the Echo device, it stops my music and switches over to her music, and you can't separate it. On Apple Music, that isn't a thing. So I was hoping to switch back, but if it's going to act like that, I just can't. But yeah, apart from that, general use out and about, great, very good. Pleased with it. Transparency mode worked flawlessly when I was going into shops and talking to people. Like the voice conversation mode or whatever on the AirPods, that was awesome. That worked great. Guy in the Apple store didn't seem to care too much about not having what I wanted, but I suppose that is what it is, right? Just doing his job. They didn't have it. So yeah, I guess I'm buying it online. Okay, so there it is. It's done. Delivers on Saturday. It's Thursday today, so I'll have to wait a couple of days, but there you go. Hopefully it's way more comfortable than the one I've got currently. So another thing I've noticed I've started doing over the last couple of days, way more, is using Siri. And another prime example, hey Siri. It won't work now because I'm filming it, but if I raise my wrist maybe. Hey Siri, remind me to get the washing out in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay, I've added get the washing out for this evening at 17:09.
There we go, thank you Siri. Okay, so it's a couple of days later now, obviously. The package didn't come instantly, but the watch is still going strong. I've still been using this strap. It's way more comfortable than the actual silicone one, which doesn't fit me very good, but still not very comfortable. So I'm using this one right now. But hopefully what's inside here is going to be better, right? So let's try and find out if it actually is. How is this package? So we ordered it direct from apple.com, as you might have seen. And packaged in a perfectly sized box is the Nike Sport Loop Sequoia Green, I think they call it, right? Right, first impressions. Let's see. There. It's not as stretchy, so it's not going to be a case of this one I can just take it off like this without having to undo it. This one I'm guessing I'm going to have to undo the Velcro to be able to take it off, right? So it's slightly stretchy. This one, the edges is what's bothering me, but I think it's because because of the tattoos, I'm having to wear it so low on my wrist. Take the £8 Amazon strap off. Put that on. I will say the official ones, this one and the silicone one, definitely fit these little clips that fit in. I don't know if they have a name, but definitely fits in way better. So we're going that way with it, I guess, right? And we'll undo the Velcro and we'll see what happens. Already it's much longer to put it on, right? And it takes some work to put it on. So because I can tighten it, it's definitely more secure than the other one. I guess time will tell. I don't know if this will be annoying. This little Nike flappy thing. Definitely looks way nicer than that one, right? Like, looks a lot nicer. And I think first impressions, it feels more comfortable. There we go. First impressions, it looks nice. I'll be honest, like it doesn't immediately like feel amazing, you know. It's definitely better. But taking it out of the packet, it wasn't like This feels like a world of luxury, do you know what I mean? For £50 for a piece of material with some Velcro on it. It's definitely keeping the watch more secure in place, so I'll have less problems with it moving on tattoos. Watch, I wish I could wear it just a little bit further up here, just so that my wrist had full motion without that interfering. But I'm learning to live with it, and I'm learning the best ways to use the watch as well. And look, 10 degrees at 6 o'clock at night. It's been a lovely day here today. Spring has finally sprung. Okay, so it's been probably a week or so since that last clip I recorded. Long story short, I have a condition called AS, axial spondyloarthritis, and I caught the flu and it gave me a massive flare up, and I've been basically just laying in bed for a week, and I'm still in immense pain and still off work. But during that time, I've been using the watch, but obviously it hasn't been doing a lot, but the notification stuff been handy. Since then, also, Laura has picked up an Apple Watch 2. She was so impressed by mine that she wanted to get one herself. So the reaction in the household so far has been positive, in the fact that we've now got 2 Apple Watches in the house. The biggest thing for me so far has to be comfort, because where I'm wearing it on my wrist because of my tattoos, to make it actually recognize that I'm wearing it, it's not the most comfortable thing. I've got that Nike band on there at the moment, but the other day, where the Velcro strap joins and like the end of it, like, I don't know what had happened. I've only been laying in bed. I haven't been going anywhere, right? I'm doing anything or moving really at all. But it caused like this red, weird sore spot on my wrist. So I switched back to that cheap Amazon band for a while. But yeah, I've got another package here, so I'm gonna slowly drag myself back up the stairs and we'll take a little look what's in this box. Okay, I'm upstairs. I'm recording this on my phone with a really janky setup, so audio and video is probably not as great as always, but I just don't have the physical capacity right now to actually set up the proper camera and everything like I normally would. I can't be climbing up, setting up tripods and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that aside, the colours look really weird on the camera right now as well. I don't know why that is, but if I could open the goddamn thing, let's see what we got. Okay, we've got that. That's for another video. And we got that, which is also for another video. But for this video, we got these. So these looked like they'd be way more comfortable. And also the black one, Laura got the pink Nike sports loop, and it's not pink anymore, it's like black. So I'm not letting her carry on going to work with that nice pink sports loop on and completely ruining it. She can save it for better occasions, and she can wear this, hopefully, black one. But the braided material on these looked like it was going to be way more comfortable than that other, like, the other, like, nylon loop band that I got from Amazon. These were cheap. They were like £8 or something for both of them. But I just want to try and find out a style that I want, and then I'll invest in a decent one. I thought this was it, right? But this part here, if I line it up right, but because of where I'm wearing it, look, it like digs into my wrist, and it had caused a big red sore there. So this, they always look so much nicer and softer in the photos than they actually are. And this buckle is huge, right? I'm probably going to have a buckle rubbing against me instead. But let's try it. It's still probably not the one, is it? But yeah, I have to wear it so low where there's a little patch. There's a little patch here where it can just about see my skin. And then it works if I have it here. If it moves a tiny little bit, left or right or up or down, it stops working again and I have to reposition it. But so far, I've managed to kind of figure it out and make it work. I think that would be the top, right? Okay, so that doesn't fit very nice to start with. First thing, the other cheap one that I got off Amazon actually fit really well. This one's a bit loosey-goosey. I don't like the way this plastic bit sticks out of there, right? Once it's on tight, it's probably not going to move much anyway. Let's try it. So that's about where I'm having to wear it. We'll see if I unlock it, whether it actually works or not. It might still not be in the right position. Did I get it right first time? Yes, I did, so it's working. You can see it's brightening as I turn it around. It's actually recognizing that I'm wearing it in that exact position. So I like the color. The color's not coming across on video on this phone probably, but I like the color. It does feel comfortable. I don't like the strap. If I could get a different strap made out of this material, the looseness doesn't really matter once it's on your wrist, right? But yeah, the hunt for the perfect Apple Watch strap continues. Now I have made this decision where if in like 3 to 6 months time, I'm still wearing this Apple Watch every single day and dealing with how uncomfortable it is on my wrist there in that position, I'm genuinely going to go. I want to wear it here, right? All I want to do is just wear it here. Just the other side of my wristband. You can see straight away it asks for passcode because it doesn't recognize it. I want to just wear it there. I get full flexibility. That's all I want to be able to do, is wear it there and not have it ask for my passcode every time. Literally, I'll be happy. So, a small circle of laser tattoo removal is an option, and I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious. It's something that I might be looking at. So, stick around if you want to see that potential video, but it's definitely something I'm thinking about doing. If this is going to be a thing that I use forevermore, you know how an iPhone is just part of your daily life now? If this is going to become part of my daily life, I want to be able to wear it comfortably, right? And so far, I think that's how it's going. I think it is going to become part of my daily life. I have really adapted to using it. The sleep tracking, the fitness tracking. You can see my rings are like empty because I haven't been able to move for like the last week. But yeah, not sold. I wish the two top and bottom of the watch things were the same looking. They look different. I don't like that. But like how the Nike one, they've managed to like make them identical either side, so it's symmetrical. This one's not. We'll see what Laura thinks of the black one, but she can take this to work and not worry about ruining it, because I think these cost like £8 for the two. Anyway, that's where I'm at so far. Let's see where we go next. Probably as soon as I feel well enough to properly record, I'll record probably a wrap up to the video and we'll end it there. Okay, so let's finally wrap this video up, shall we? I don't even know how long I've had this for now. It's been a long time. I know it's been a long video and I tend to ramble on a lot, but some of you will care, some of you won't. The illness I spoke about in the last clip, it takes a long while to kind of get back to normal after one of those flare-ups. So here I am. I've been using the watch every single day now. Very happy with it. It's not something that I couldn't like live without. I don't think it's one of those things where I'd be like, you really need to get one. However, once you've had one, I think it'd be hard to go back to not having one, you know, like glancing at notifications, even things like having like the current temperature and rain predictions on like at a glance on your wrist at any moment is like just super helpful. You know, if I'm about to go to work or I'm about to go out or something, I can look at my wrist and I'm like, oh cool, I don't need a jacket today. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain, or oh, it looks quite warm out there, or it looks cold. Just silly things really, and just being able to like just monitor messages and different things. I find myself looking at my phone less when I'm at work. Now Laura's got one. We use the walkie-talkie thing quite a bit, you know, like it's nothing that couldn't be achieved with our phones, but it's just handy. It's always right there, you know. Like if I leave my phone, just silly things like if I'm going downstairs to make a coffee while I'm at my computer and I used to like take my phone down with me, you know, and now I don't, because it's on my wrist anyway. So if I get a message or if I get a phone call, I can just pick it up on my wrist. Super helpful. Since I got it, I've also got a MacBook Pro now as well. A feature that I thought wouldn't really bother me at all is the ability to unlock your MacBook with the watch. So if I open the MacBook and I've got my watch on, it just automatically goes, oh, I know who you are. And then it unlocks and it gives you a little friendly little bzz on your wrist at the same time, you know. That, and also like if you're trying to do something that requires Touch ID or something. See, as I'm using my MacBook on a desk a lot of the time, I don't have the Touch ID button right there. When I'm using it and then it vibrates on my wrist and says double tap to confirm, rather than entering like a long password or whatever, super helpful. So in all, it's like I say, it's not something that I feel like everybody must have one, but the health tracking has been super helpful, particularly for someone like me that needs to exercise as much as they can when they can, because a lot of the time I can't. By exercise, I mean like going for a walk. Like I ain't doing anything strenuous anytime soon. But like that, having just the time on my wrist is something, as someone, as I said at the beginning, I've never worn a watch before. It's so convenient. Right now I understand why people wear watches. Who would have thought? That, the notifications, there's different things I do. I've been using Siri Lows to send messages and stuff like that, rather than getting my phone out and typing. I've kind of just got used to saying, hey, send Laura a message and tell her this or whatever, you know. It seems to work very well, like 99% of the time. Siri as a whole is annoying still. There's a lot of things where it says, I can't do that, or things like that, like login weights and login medication, I can't do by Siri. Which is a weird thing. I can do it on my phone if I talk to Siri on my phone, but it won't let me do it if I talk to on a watch, and she's listening to me now. There's a few things like I wish it could do that it can't. Hopefully it comes at some point. And I've got used to wearing it now in this position and knowing exactly where to place it to get around the tattoo issue. So overall, super helpful, super glad I've got one. Like I say, Laura's now got one as well, because she liked what she saw with mine so much, and it's something that now I can't see myself going back and not having one. I'm literally wearing it every single day, and there's times when I've taken it off to put it on charge and then kind of forgot about it for a minute and then gone to use it and be like, oh, it's not there, where is it? Or, you know, just different situations where it hasn't been on my wrist and I've missed it. So super helpful, very pleased with it, and I don't feel like I need to upgrade to an Ultra or buy the next release whenever it comes out. The Series X, it's going to be Series 10, whatever it is. I don't feel like it's that sort of device where you want to always stay on the latest one, unless there's some groundbreaking feature. And as long as the battery life holds up, I'm quite content with this one for a long time. I've settled on the cheap green watch. I've actually found that to be the most comfortable strap out of all the ones that I bought. I bought the Nike one, I bought a few from Amazon, different ones. I don't know if there is like a equivalent to this in an official Apple one. I'd be curious to try that. But out of all the ones, this one, the first one I bought for like £4 something on Amazon, that's what I settled on. So maybe this video has been helpful for somebody who has never used an Apple Watch before. That was kind of my aim with it. Let me know down in the comments if it was. I'd be glad to hear about it. And apart from that, don't really know what else to say. If you've got any questions, hit me up. And thanks for watching this stupidly long video if you've made it this far, because it is really long, and I do ramble an awful lot, and people do moan about it in the comments, but I don't care. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. For those of you that don't care about my rambling, I'll see you really soon. So until next time, stay Banproof, people. Peace.